Welcome to SF Live TV. I'm your host, Christina Marie. Now, if you've been living in San Francisco or have been traveling to San Francisco, you know we have killer food here. And there's been a renaissance in really good food in San Francisco. So, who should we have on the show to talk about that but the SF food dude, Jeff Kramer. Hey, Jeff, how are you?
Hey, I'm great, Christina. How
are you hungry?
I'm good right now. I ate before I came over.
You did? Okay. Well, I hear that you know some of the best places, but there's a specialty that you have. Because food, you can find good food anywhere, but you have a specialty in that.
Yeah. This is a great city for food, and that's no secret. Everybody loves coming to San Francisco, and it's sort of like a gourmet destination for a lot of people. Mm-hmm. What I'm trying to do is find good places that are also affordable, like bargains and value for people for their dollar.
Very good. So can people still get a bargain in San Francisco? Because food is expensive. I mean, there's a lot of really top-notch restaurants.
Yeah,
but
we definitely have a huge number of great places to eat, especially if you're willing to spend $25 and upwards on an entree. And a lot of those places get all sorts of coverage and attention, and they're written about in guidebooks and magazines. So I sort of took it upon myself, partly just out of practical financial reasons.
Okay.
And also because I saw a niche. Yeah, I was trying to be thrifty, to put the spotlight on some of the places that fly under the radar, that aren't getting written about in the travel magazines and things like that.
Okay. When you first started, now you're not from San Francisco. Where are you from?
No. I'm originally from New Jersey.
Jersey.
But I moved here right in time for the big quake in '89.
Oh, good. That was probably because of you. That's why.
I might have brought that with me.
Thank you, Jeff.
Everybody back east, by the way, at the time was like, "You're coming back now, right?" You know.
That's right. It's like, see what happens when you leave. So, do you remember your first cheap meal that was like, damn, that's pretty good?
Oh, wow. The first one.
Or one of the first. It doesn't have to be your first. I wouldn't know. You could lie.
You know what I remember, maybe this speaks a little too much about my own personality, is I remember the first time I had some pizza out here and being really disappointed.
Oh, I hear that
so different from
now, is it
the
the
East
water?
Coast pizza.
Everybody said it's because the water has certain mineral content that makes it different. Is that?
I think that's what it must be, because let's face it. Okay, I mean there's three basic ingredients to pizza: cheese, tomato sauce, and the dough. Right. I think we can confidently say that we've got some high quality cheese here in California. Right. I mean, we've either all been brainwashed to believe that. That's right. The tomato sauce, it's really funny. The last time I went back to visit New Jersey, I was talking to a guy who runs a pizzeria, told him I was living in San Francisco, and he asks me, oh, how close is that to Fresno? Because my tomato sauce, this is a guy in New Jersey, he goes, my tomato sauce comes from Fresno.
Wow.
So, okay, you know, we've got the good cheese, we've got the good tomato sauce. The dough is really the element where things tend to not be as good here as they are back in East Coast.
Because I remember in the East Coast, I went there and asked for a pizza pie, which is a sin. I didn't know. They're like, it's a pie. It's just a pie. You know, you don't ask for it. And here, and I thought it was really good pizza we have here, but you go there, it's different.
It's different. Okay, I mean, you know, pizza, there's different ways to approach it. Certainly, if you're talking about, you know, your brick oven, your kind of sit-down place where you go and you place an order, like, you know, like Delfina on 18th Street, or there's a great place in the Dogpatch neighborhood called Piccino, and I really love them, Piccino. You know, so if they're doing the pizza made to order, and it's coming out of the brick oven, we're great on that. But the way I grew up, pizza was very much like a working class kind of food, and just something you grabbed for lunch, and you ordered it by the slice, not by the pie. And you went into the pizzeria, and 90 seconds later, you know, they threw it in the oven, a slice, and it came out to you on either a paper plate or like a piece of wax paper or something. So I don't like sitting down and eating pizza at a table. I like grabbing a slice and going, and that's harder.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I like, and you're going to kill me for saying this.
Yeah.
Don't kill me. Escape from New York pizza.
Yeah, no,
it's
I mean,
good pie.
it's good. Yeah, I mean, I go to Escape from New York. I in my wallet, I've got my little Escape from New York.
Oh, see, there you go.
Buy 7, get 1 free,
very nice,
card.
Very nice.
So,
I knew I liked you.
We like Escape from New York,
okay.
And you know, after a while, you sort of make compromises, and you go like, okay, well, short of my bringing 20 gallons of New York City water back with me on the plane,
doesn't work. Yeah.
It doesn't work. I'm gonna learn to adjust. So I actually really like Giorgio's, which is on Clement Street
I've
at
heard of
either
that. Okay.
2nd Avenue or 3rd Avenue. They're really good, and they do. You can get it by the slice as well as by the pie.
Okay, how about Little Nepal or the one on the corner that has a really deep dish? They have the flat or the deep dish. I think it's called Little
where?
Nepal. It's like 3
Little
locations. Nepali? No, Nepal?
I don't know.
I don't know. I couldn't know. But it was right on the corner of Valencia, down about 15th.
Oh, Arenal?
I don't know. It could be.
Because there's Arenal. Oh, no, Little Star. You're
Yes,
talking
Little Star. There
yeah,
you
well,
are,
Little
yes.
Star's great too, but again, I don't think you can get by the slice there.
That's,
so like,
yeah.
I know people in San Francisco, I realize this is completely alien to you.
Okay.
And all my New York people and New Jersey people write in and tell them. They'll get it. It's like, there's a difference between a pizza restaurant where you sit down at a table and you order a pie, and a pizzeria where you get a slice. And part of it is time. Part of it is like, yo, I just need to grab something and go because I'm late for work.
Okay, so speaking of grabbing something and go,
Yeah.
What are some of your favorites? You're talking about some. Let's talk about the food trucks, because there's an
Okay,
explosion of food trucks in San Francisco.
Well,
and basically, even the really nice restaurants now are creating their own trucks and sending it out. Do you think it's because of the competition that they were getting from people just buying out of the trucks, or?
Well, I think I don't work in a restaurant. I don't own a restaurant, so I can't necessarily speak. But partly, it's just a lot more fun. I mean, you've got all the fun of owning a restaurant without any of the hassle per se, right? You know, you don't have to worry about tips and service and seating people and the whole list and the maitre d' and blah blah blah. It's like, I make food, I love making food, you eat the food, you're happy, we're happy, and it's done.
Cash transaction.
So it's cash transaction, very quick, very easy. And you're right, a lot of the fancy places, like, it's not just a taco truck anymore, it's
like Spencer.
Like Chez Spencer,
I
right?
was blown away that Chez Spencer has a beautiful gourmet restaurant
absolutely.
and have the truck outside.
And we're actually going to be seeing a lot more of these, because just within the last month or two, the city of San Francisco has opened up many more permits. So
that's why.
I'm not I don't have the exact number, but I heard people were literally like sleeping, you know, like lined up outside of City Hall or wherever the office was to get their permits, because they like opened it up to like 50 more. They're very restrictive on the streets of San Francisco, what you can and can't do.
Well, I'd make sure, because you never know what the truck's going to have, so they have to come up to a standard. Is it like the star rating there, or is it like a Zagat guide for food trucks?
We should do that. That's a good idea, yeah.
Nice.
I'll tell you what I love is the farmers market at the Ferry Building on Saturday. It's not exactly food trucks, but similar kind of idea. There's all these booths, and I try to avoid the really touristy stuff. You know, like, you will not catch me at Pier 39, and even being in the Ferry Building and at the Embarcadero is approaching.
It's questionable.
Yeah, you're very close to Alcatraz, you know, and it's questionable. But my Lord, everything there is just so incredibly good.
It is good.
And not necessarily a bargain, but it's so good.
That's what I was going to bring up, because you're saying good, cheap food is your specialty that you were talking. Okay, nothing cheap about a $10 tomato.
No, yeah, I was moonlighting, or what do you call it? I was incognito at the Ferry Building.
Okay. Well, here you go. This is my favorite pick for farmers markets, the Alamany Flea Market, farmers market.
That's great.
Farmers market Saturday, flea market Sunday.
My only problem with them is like, you have to drive there.
Yes.
You know, I don't know how one gets there on public transportation. It's sort of far. But they're good. They've got great food. I like the, just because I can walk to it, I go to the one in Noe Valley on Saturdays.
Oh, yes.
And they're really good.
That's a good one, too.
I think it's really important to note, and we'll talk about some cheap food, because hopefully people are out there going, all right.
Okay, well, go ahead.
Where's the cheap places? I just want to say it's great that we live here in the Bay Area. You know, all this organic stuff is available. It's growing within like a 90-mile radius of where we are, and it comes to us here fresh. I know the good stuff will eventually make its way to like New York City, because there's so much money in New York City and Las Vegas and all the fancy restaurants.
But after we pick through
it. Yes, I think we get the first pick, because it's right here, and it's I think it's just important to acknowledge, you know, the organic movement and the fact that people really seem to be caring and paying much more attention about what they eat, what they cook, what they put in their body.